It's the fucking blooper reel. Hey, we're ready to go. Back at it again. Episode 88. Face your fears. We've had us a good night so far. We went and hung out at the bar a little bit.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
It's different. It's different than what it used to be. Do you remember when we were 21, 22 going to the bar?
That was probably 3 years ago. We used to live across from the bar. Tonight we had to drive there.
we had to drive there and drive home. See, I'm used to walking across the street, going to the bar, walking back across the street.
It's nostalgic, dude. You said you experienced some nostalgia walking to the bathroom.
Yeah, it was just it was right when we I don't know how many beer we had. We got there though and started drinking, and I had to piss for the first time. And as I was walking, I was just kind of walking through, looking at people, and I was just like, "Damn, I haven't done this in a while. I haven't been drunk like this in public in a while."
Dude, the last time I was at Brick House was when y'all were living at the fucking loft.
I just spilled this fucking beer on me.
You just spilled it?
First drink.
Clean that shit up, dude.
Party foul.
Party foul. Got a chug. Shotgun.
I've already opened it.
I can poke a hole anyway. I'll crack mine open. Had a good night so far. But the detriment to basically Dylan's life is they're banning Juuls, bro.
Dude.
But
where's my Juul? Speaking of,
right there, dude.
Oh.
In the bar, it popped up on the TV. The Juul ban was delayed. So now that we say that, I'm gonna kind of Google that real quick.
Yeah, what the fuck does
and
that
see,
mean? Why would they delay it?
So officially, or not officially, apparently they banned Juuls specifically, not just vaping devices, but Juul specifically, because it was Juul's impact apparently is extreme. They're like the biggest vaping company. They're very well known.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
I mean, it's bullshit, no doubt about it.
Are they the most well known? Yes, but okay. When I go buy Juul pods, I buy a 4-pack twice a week, at least. Sometimes maybe even 3 times, depending on how the week goes. But twice a week for sure. Once a week, at least, when I buy a pack, people go. They walk, like I say, hey, I want a 4-pack of menthol Juul pods, and they walk back behind the register or wherever. And they grab Vuse pods. It happens consistently. This hasn't happened. It's not something that happened once or twice. It happens all the time. And they come back and they ring it up, and I go, no, I don't want that. I want Juul pods. And they go, oh my God, I'm sorry. No one gets Juul pods anymore.
So nobody's buying Juuls, but they're gonna ban them.
So nobody. I'm telling you, even in Jonesboro, Pocahontas and Jonesboro, the same thing's happened. So. And in between, when I have to stop at a gas station in Bono or in Walnut Ridge or something, it's happened everywhere all the time. So the fact that they're banning Juuls is just bullshit semantics. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just all bullshit.
Well, they go to ban them, and now this is. Let me see how frequent or recent this was. This was published yesterday, right? Today's the 25th. No, today's the 26th. Oh, we're on Sunday at this point. But on Friday, Juul appealed. It says on Friday, after the e-cigarette giant called the agency's order extraordinary and unlawful, so they have now
I agree with
delayed the ban. Yeah,
it is unlawful. That would be like banning Camel cigarettes.
Yeah, I know, dude.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's where's the? That's what kind of what I was thinking. Where's the fucking energy behind banning cigarettes when they're banning Juuls like this?
Yeah. Okay.
What's the point?
Don't get me wrong. There isn't a whole lot of research on vapes as far as long-term effects go. I mean, vapes have been around for 20 years now, but there isn't a lot of long-term research on it. And is it bad for you? Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's good for you, but to say it's as bad as cigarettes is a huge stretch. And to try and ban vaporizers before banning cigarettes is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard.
Well, I saw in the argument it was that the reason that they were banning Juul is because they haven't been able to provide any evidence that it helps with the cessation of smoking. So they're like, we're gonna ban this thing because it doesn't help you get off of this thing that's already legal that we know is horrible. So it doesn't help you stop smoking cigarettes that are legal. So we're gonna take it off the market and let you just go back to the cigarettes.
Well, I can vouch for it. It's definitely not helpful getting off cigarettes. I can tell you that for sure. Because I've dipped before and smoked, and a Juul is fucking. It's right up there, the same as far
Yeah.
as nicotine level goes.
For sure.
It's the same.
Apparently, there's a lot more. I did my CPR certification. I finished that this morning, and I got some stats
Really?
from that I was going to apply to the podcast here. Yeah, so I have to do my hands-on part yet, so I'm not officially CPR certified, but I've got all the paperwork, or I've got all the coursework and shit done. So I'll save your fucking life. But apparently, 80 to 90% of lung cancer in the United States is from smoking.
Yeah.
So that can get rid of a fuck ton of lung cancer right there if you were to ban cigarettes. Nah. 1 in 5 deaths from heart disease is due to smoking. Ban cigarettes?
So out of all of heart disease,
Nah. All heart disease.
4 out of 5 is probably from fucking obesity.
4 out of 5 is from McDonald's.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But
1
you ain't
out
gonna
of
ban
5.
McDonald's.
There's no way, right? Is McDonald's worse than cigarettes?
It depends on how much you smoke and how much you eat.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
It affects you in different ways. Like you're more likely to get heart disease than you are lung cancer eating McDonald's and smoking cigarettes. But
The problem with Juuls over cigarettes is we were at the bar earlier.
Yep.
I was hitting my Juul the whole time.
Yep.
But if I was smoking cigarettes, I wouldn't be able to just sit there and smoke a cigarette at the bar. But I hit my Juul the whole time. No one said anything. No one cares. But if I were to light up a cigarette, people would go, "Hey man,
You can't do that in here, bro.
You can't do
Go
that.
outside. What the fuck are you, an
you can't-
animal?
Yeah, exactly. So that's the problem. Is Juuls are way too what's the word?
Convenient?
Convenient. They're way too convenient.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But they're also way better for you than cigarettes.
Yeah, there's not
in
all the
my
fucking
opinion.
all the damn carcinogens
Okay.
that I'm aware of.
Okay, there's only 3 ingredients in vapes.
Yeah.
There is propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, and nicotine. Those are the three ingredients. Propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin are in tons of things, tons of foods, all kinds of shit like that. And you can do your fucking research on your own if you want. They're in tons of things.
Mhm.
They use them for different things. And nicotine by itself isn't bad for you. It's even good for your brain as far as cognitive function goes. It's good for you
Yep.
in some areas.
Stimulates creativity,
Exactly.
increases
So,
focus.
The only thing that's bad about vaporizers is popcorn lung, because theoretically it should give you what's the there's a sickness that has to do with the lungs.
Emphysema.
No, it's not emphysema. That was the first thing that came to my head too.
COPD.
Pneumonia.
Oh.
It should give you pneumonia, because if you look up pneumonia is basically all it is like water on the lungs.
Yeah.
And that's all vaporizer is water vapor on the lungs. So theoretically, like, it should give you pneumonia, but I've never had pneumonia, so
Me either.
it doesn't. But popcorn lung is a thing. You've ever heard of that?
Yeah, but I don't really know much about it, do you?
So I don't know much about it, like, scientifically, but I do know it comes from people that used to work at a popcorn factory, and I think it's because they use in this popcorn. I think it's because they use one of these ingredients, propylene glycol or vegetable glycerin.
Yeah.
I think that's why. But it's basically like it coats your lungs in some kind of a thing, which is, I mean, if that's true, mine are fucking coated for sure.
Dylan's got 4 or 5 layers on that bitch.
Yeah, I've got popcorn lung out the ass. But
You can watch a movie with that shit. Hey, what's up?
but that's where it comes from. But I mean, I've only been vaping. Okay, actually, now that I think about
Let's
this,
turn the clock back a little bit.
yeah, dude, I've had a vape since I was.
Like a vape, like a box mod, just in general, just anything.
I had the tube mod at first. That was the one you hit. We were talking about this earlier.
Because I used to smoke swishers
One
heavy.
time. Yeah, this was at that time. When was it? 16? 17?
Definitely of legal smoking age, no doubt about that.
16, 17. I remember one day I met you at Flat. Where you used to have a. If you went to school with us, you fucking know what we're talking
I
about.
fucking know.
There was a gas station right across from our school, and people used to go there all the time. And Sam was there getting gas, and one day after school, I met him there, and you were at the gas pump, and I walked up to your window, and I was like, "Yo, dude, hit this, bro! I just got it." And you hit it, and you coughed for like minutes. It was a while. And I wanted you to hit it specifically because I knew you smoked. And it's different. It's not the same as
No.
it's not the same as cigarette or cigar smoke. It's much different. But that was, I mean, we were probably 16 at that time.
Yeah.
I think we just started driving. So we were probably 15, 16. We might have even been 15.
Dylan's had that popcorn lung for a minute.
We're 24 now, almost 25. So 8 to 10 years probably I've been doing this. I mean, I quit for a little bit while I was dipping and smoking cigarettes. Besides that,
let's go. The better alternatives according to the FDA.
Apparently they're better. We've never banned any dip, never banned any cigarettes, but we're fucking banning vapes.
No, they say that it's the anti-tobacco groups that are advocating for the ban of Juuls and shit like that. That's fucking Marlboro and Camel, bro. They're the anti-tobacco groups.
Yeah, my ass. It's for sure those big cigarette
companies. Like, goddamn, Juul is raking in some cash and it's taken away from our profits over here at Marlboro. We gotta fuck them up somehow.
That is the most fucked up thing about our country. Our country as a whole, don't get me wrong, it's great as far as what we've built from nothing. I mean, this is basically an experiment from what we've done. It's a total experiment, and it's went on for 250 years. And as far as I'm concerned, like, we're in a pretty good spot.
I think it's turned out pretty well
compared to most other countries.
That's right.
But the most fucked up thing is that these big companies like Marlboro and Camel and wherever else, they can spend a fuckload of money just getting politicians to do things like banning Juuls.
Yep.
Like, they can bring it to the forefront. And they can pay these politicians. They can lobby, which is that's the word.
Should be illegal.
That's the word. Should be illegal, but it's completely legal to pay a politician to vote one way or another, and that makes me so fucking mad. When I first heard about, I was telling Grant this the other day. When I first heard about lobbying, I didn't think it was real.
That's bullshit. You're lying, dude.
I thought there's no way people can pay politicians to vote one way or another, and that's legal. There's no way. And then I was like, oh,
there it is right there happening in front of my face on the news.
There it is right there in the Constitution that you can pay politicians.
That's one of the fucked up parts of the country.
That's the most fucked up part.
And which Juul did appeal, and they have delayed the ban, so I'm not sure it'll exactly how that's going to turn out, but like it's a tough time to be a jeweler right now. I saw videos on Twitter of people going through and buying like 20 fucking packs of Juul pods, racking out at like $400, just buying up all the stock that the gas stations got.
I don't blame them, because it's not the same. It's not the same. Like, Vuse, as far as I know, Vuse is the most similar, I guess. And it's not the same.
Juul's just got a different bite to it.
Yeah, it hits it in the throat. Like, you can feel it. It's a different kind of thing.
Which probably isn't good.
No, it's probably
necessarily like the fact that it feels like it bites the back of your throat, but you've got that right.
It's like Coke. It's like why people like Coke.
Exactly. Like
the soda, not the drink.
Like, whenever you're drinking the soda and shit, and it's like you got that little Coca-Cola drip in the back of your nose. Like, that shit's not really enjoyable, but it's desirable.
Swim.
For swim,
Some what did you just say?
It was what the fuck was it? Someone who isn't me, obviously. So
why is it swim? Where's the W come from?
Who?
Someone.
Sounds like, how do words work? Someone who isn't me would know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I agree.
I've never heard that until today.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Yeah, dude, there's a guy that I used to look up swim, obviously. There's a dude on YouTube that makes like educational videos for drugs and shit like that. I can't remember what his name is, but he...
Like us, remember, for educational purposes.
This is obviously educational purposes only.
Throwback.
But he makes all sorts of videos like on dosages and how to take certain things, what to do. I can't remember what his fucking name is on YouTube. He's got like a couple million subscribers. He's a pretty popular guy, but that's like a die.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug it up.
Okay. That's like what a lot of his videos are like. Someone who isn't me is wondering about this, and he'll explain like what, why, and how like a drug works or acts. It's pretty interesting.
You can
extremely educational. So
you can educate people on things like that. You just can't.
That's what he does. It's basically an educational podcast on how to do them safely, because like they're illegal, but people are gonna do them. Like
exactly, yeah.
People, it's gonna happen one way or another. So if you're gonna do it safely. Obviously, you don't want to You don't want to try and have a good time and have a bad time.
Exactly. It's kind of like going to a festival and them having festivals should provide drug testing kits.
Yeah.
But that's illegal for them to do.
Yeah.
They can't provide that, but they should because they know everybody's going to be taking drugs there.
Swim, who went to a festival one time, someone who isn't me, went to a festival one time, and there are so I've heard there are dealers that will sell you testing kits with the stuff that you buy. Like you buy a product from them and you'll get a testing kit.
Yeah, that's a good way to go about it.
That's if you're gonna do it, that's the way to do it. I think.
Or you have a friend
to be reputable.
Like Swim.
Right, exactly.
Someone who isn't me allowed their friend to take it first.
Right, exactly. And then if that person doesn't collapse and start foaming at the mouth,
you can do it.
Proceed. But, be careful.
We should have done this a while. We've talked about taking acid and stuff before. We should have used this.
Should have hit the swim
before. Someone who
obviously
we know
someone who isn't me, someone that I know by association.
We don't associate with those people anymore.
No, I got rid of them for sure. So we talked last week with Brett. We had a podcast with Brett. Great episode. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch that shit. Go listen to that shit.
I think that was my favorite.
You think so?
I just like
so many good stories.
Yeah, while we were doing
so many good stories.
I didn't want it to end. I was having so much fun just talking and telling stories.
An hour-long video of just us telling just crazy-ass stories from the past.
Yeah.
Not even some of the craziest ones.
Yeah, we haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Not even.
Stories, as far as stories.
One of these days you'll hear the good ones, I promise. But so we talked a little bit about the underground ocean. You remember that?
Yeah. Did you research it?
I did research on it. I got notes right here for it.
All right, cool.
So the underground ocean, right? And I talked about it kind of like in the fact that there would be like if you go down this staircase and then you look over to your left and there's a beach and then there's a massive cave and there's just an ocean that you can see all the way back that way. That's not how it is. There's not a beach that you can chill on with lights in the back and just a really dark area with a massive ocean.
It's all with the ocean. It's kind of all interconnected.
So yeah, it's all basically all this water is in. This is an article from the Smithsonian Museum, and I'm going to read part of it.
Okay.
So the title of the article is "There an Ocean Below Your Feet?" So, hidden in the Earth's mantle, more than 400 miles below the surface, is this ocean that they speak of. But the water is contained in this, what do they call it, rock? This rock called ringwoodite. And that's what it looks like right there. It's blue because the water literally soaks into the rock. You can see the picture right there. I'm going to show it in the video. But if you're listening, you'll have to go get on YouTube and check it out. It's a blue, it literally looks like water because it absorbs water. So this ringwoodite is a bright blue rock and is only formed at high temperature and pressure in Earth's mantle. So these underground oceans are supposedly contained in all this ringwoodite that is in Earth's mantle. So there's...
What? Hold on. The underground ocean is contained within the rocks?
Well, it's not necessarily an ocean. It's just...
a bunch of water?
It's, what do they say, 3 times the volume of water on the surface.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
So all the Earth's oceans that you can drive around and see.
No way. Bullshit.
3 times the amount is trapped inside rock called ringwoodite 400 miles below the Earth's surface in the mantle.
Refuse to believe that.
Hey bro, it's Smithsonian. Smithsonian said so.
Fuck the Smithsonian.
That's what they said, dude, I swear.
You're telling me that... Okay, hold on. What do you mean by the ocean surface? Do you mean just the surface of it?
No, all the water on top of the Earth here.
There's 3 times that much.
3 times
Bullshit.
that in the Earth's mantle, surrounding the whole Earth in the mantle, in ringwoodite. So this rock absorbs the water and holds the water in this pressurized area of the Earth's mantle. And the discovery of this is what led them to believe that this is how the Earth has got its oceans, by the tectonic movement and the squeezing of the ringwoodite has allowed water to seep up onto the surface and make our oceans. They originally thought it was icy comets coming in and hitting the earth and then melting and then made the oceans. But now they think it's the pressure of the earth's mantle and the tectonic plate movement
Wait,
has
what?
squeezed this ringwoodite, and basically they call it sweating. They say the ringwoodite sweats out the water. And so it's like, imagine yourself sweating and the rock just kind of basically excretes this water, and it has seeped to the surface and has over time created the oceans. I don't know about all of it, but a large majority of it.
Okay, how about this? Neither theory makes any sense at all. You're telling me a comet hit the Earth and melted, and it formed all of the Earth's oceans?
Not all
or
of it. Or
a rock sweat and formed all the oceans?
Not one comet, multiple comets at different times. So like a comet hit would melt, make a puddle, another comet would hit nearby and it would add to the puddle.
Yeah, there was a time. You remember when we talked about the DNA coming, from, we found it on a comet or whatever?
Yep.
We found
all the nucleotide bases.
Yeah. That's one thing, there was a time when the Earth got hit with way more asteroids than what we do now.
Yep.
And I thought that was where the theory was, from the oceans, but that doesn't make any fucking sense. I disagree with that completely.
Well, it's really cold out there in space, you know.
I mean, all you need is hydrogen and oxygen, though. That's it. It doesn't have to come from a comet.
That's the Smithsonian. They got more street cred than either one of us. Let me go back to my notes
It's
here.
hard to disagree with that.
So the theory is that the ringwoodite in the mantle has, I got a picture of kind of how the movement would take place here actually. Let me show you. So right here, look. So upper mantle is where the ringwoodite is. The tectonic plates move, squeezes the water out. The water seeps up through the crust and makes the ocean.
No, don't believe that.
Let me show you in the
Completely
video.
disagree. If you're on Spotify right now, go look at the YouTube video. You'll be able to see it.
That's kind of their theory. Is that you got a glare on there? Let me move it this way. Oh, the other way. But
I just don't believe that. I just think there's no way.
well, what do you think? What is your theory, Professor Dylan?
Okay, I don't know about the water itself, but I do know
It's
that
a lot of fucking water. Dude.
Exactly. It is a lot of water, and I do know that life originated in the water.
Right.
So it has to be older. Something. I don't know where I'm getting at here.
Where are you going?
I have no idea. But the water has had to be here for a long time. It has to have been here for a very long time. And I just refuse to believe that's rock sweat. I just don't.
Well, it's not like they get hot and they're just like, I need some fucking water, and just like are sweating.
Okay,
and
think
shit,
about
but-
this. Think about this. If you were to walk outside right now and squeeze a rock, how much water would come out of it?
It's like I get thirsty, you go outside and just fill a fucking glass of water with a rock.
Exactly. You can't do that.
Well, it's
There's
deeper
even
in
a
the earth.
saying
No,
like that. 400
miles into the earth is where this is at, though. It's not like
that's
towards
pretty
the
far.
surface.
That's pretty far.
Because that's where like the rock gets a little more molten, it's a little warmer, and so it kind of moves around a little bit more, and that's where the tectonic activity happens.
Yeah.
And so this rock is a little more pliable.
So the Earth's crust is 400 miles deep. Is that what you're saying?
I think so, roughly. There's like a range of it. There's like, ranges and stuff, but
I just disagree. I refuse to believe.
well, the main point of me bringing up the underground ocean is that like it's not an ocean, so there's not gonna be like, I've thought this for a long time. Like I've always thought like, oh, there's an underground ocean. Maybe there's like fucking mermaids and shit down there. Maybe there's some sort of creatures that we have never
there
discovered.
definitely could be, if
But
that were the case.
If there were an underground ocean, which I don't believe there is, that would be the case. But I don't
there
think
is
there is.
underground water though.
No mermaids.
I mean, that's how we get our water right now, is from underground water.
Got those geysers and shit, bro. The hot fucking spring.
Not
hot
even that
springs.
though. Not even that.
What are you talking about?
There's like underground rivers. I think is the best way to describe them.
That's a well.
It's a well. Exactly. Yeah. That's how we get our water now. All of our water comes from underground. All
Well,
of it.
that's kind of curious.
Exactly.
I didn't even think about a well.
They're not oceans. It's fresh water.
Yeah.
So it comes from.
You drink straight out of the well.
Exactly. Yeah. You can. And even water towers. That's where the water towers get their water from. The whole point. Okay, listen to this. The whole point of a water tower is it has a generator in it that sucks the water up from a well. I think. Don't fucking take my word for
this. You bullshit right now.
Don't take my word for this. But it sucks it up, fills up the water tower, and that's how it gets the. Whenever you turn on the sink, the reason it's like comes out hard whenever you turn on the shower, it comes out hard instead of just like dripping out, is because that water tower they use gravity to push the water down and out. So all of that water, there's who knows how much, let's say 1,000 gallons, I have no idea, in a water tower, but let's say 1,000 gallons of water pushing against that water, and it goes all the way down the water tower, it goes through a main line, and then it breaks off, let's say down your street, and then all the way down this street, there's a water line that goes through the street. And then at this house in particular, it comes off the water line, there's a pipe that goes, you have a water meter, that connects to it to show how much water feeds through it, and that comes up and that goes all the way through the house, to the sink, to the bathrooms, to the washer, all of that. So that's how you have water pressure. That's the point of a water tower, is for water pressure, I think.
You know, I've never actually thought about the fucking point of a water tower. I've always seen them, but never been like, how does that work?
I got a story for you. So the reason I know this is because I worked for the city at one point. City of Brooklyn. And I did all kinds of random shit.
Great city.
For the city. It's an odd city. It's a weird city. Because it's got a big school, but it's a little bitty ass town.
It is. It's smaller than Pocahontas.
So anyway, I'm fucking working there one day, and so these water towers, they have, you have to hook up chemicals to them. So there's like 2 water towers in Brooklyn, I think. There's a few different places where you have to hook up these chemicals to. And so one day we get a shipment of chemicals in, and there's 3 people in our group that I have. It's the main guy, the water, whatever the fuck you want.
Expert.
Sure. Let's call him an expert. And then there's another guy, and then my dumbass. So my dumbass is in charge of getting the heavy shit off of the truck. So I'm in like it's called a skid loader, they call it, and it's basically like a forklift, but it's like all enclosed, and you fucking like do this, and like it's you drive that bitch. So the actually you go forward and backwards with it's kind of like a zero-turn lawnmower.
Okay.
Where you hold 2 things.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah. You can understand it through that. But the forks or the bucket or whatever you have on it at the time, you do that with the pedals. So you, like with your right pedal, you raise it up and down. With your left pedal, you tilt it left and right.
Yeah.
Like it's some weird shit, but it's not that hard once you like do it. But it sounds weird trying to explain it. But anyway, so one day I'm getting these chemicals off the truck, and so the truck pulls up to our water tower, like the station, whatever the fuck you call it, the water treatment plant, I think is what it's called. And I get the chemical, like the guy opens the thing, I pull up in our little thing, get the chemicals off, lower them, and I'm sitting there waiting, and the other guy, the second in command guy, is waiting there, and he's checking the chemicals, he's looking at it, like making sure all the chemicals are right. And so he does that, marks everything off, the guy in the big truck fucking leaves, I take the chemicals to the plant, and we hook them up, both of us. So we hook them up, like, a few days go by, and all of a sudden we realize it's the wrong fucking chemical. We almost poisoned the whole town of Brooklyn.
Oh my god.
The whole town.
So do you know what you gave them?
I don't remember what chemical it was.
Fentanyl.
But it was like a big, like 55-gallon like drum of chemicals that we hooked up to the water tower.
Did you go back and switch it, or?
Fuck yeah, we switched it. So all 3 of us, all 3 of the people, we all got suspended with pay, or like we all had to keep working, but we all had to. It was like we got a mark on our thing that we got. But I didn't have anything to do with it. All I did was unload it. The other guy fucking checked it and made sure it was okay.
This motherfucker can't read.
And so anyway, yeah, we almost poisoned the whole town of Brooklyn. It turned out it was a non-toxic chemical, but it definitely could have been a toxic chemical.
If it would have been toxic, there would have been a few bodies laid around.
More than a few, I would say. It might have been the whole fucking town.
So if you live in Brooklyn, you're lucky to be alive right now.
Yeah, you're lucky.
You're lucky to be alive.
Because they had my dumb ass in charge of the water.
That's fucking crazy. I wish you knew what chemical it was.
It was supposed to be, I don't think it was fluoride. It was another. It was the other chemical.
Like
whatever,
iron or some shit.
whatever the other big chemical is in it, and yeah, it wasn't the other chemical. It was a completely random chemical, and yeah, if it would have been, I don't know how they even sent us that, but it fucking happened, and we got it was a big fucking deal. It was a big deal.
Were you like at home and they call you or something and you had to
we
go
were
up
like,
there?
We were like at work and we had to like go talk to the mayor about it.
Oh my god.
He was like, "Yo, y'all fucked up hard."
Almost killed everybody, bro. You're like, sorry.
I was like, "Yo, I didn't do shit. All I
Sorry,
did
dog.
was unload it. He fucking checked it."
I'm just here,
I
dude.
put
I
the
don't
blame
know what you
on-
want me
put
to
the blame
do.
on the other guy for sure.
That's fucking crazy. That's Dylan's water tower story for you. It's water explanation. What was I gonna say next? Oh, I got in my notes here. So back to the underground ocean. back to Dylan almost murdering the whole town.
Sorry, my tangent.
That's fucking good. Everybody in Brooklyn needs to know this. Need to be aware. Do not drink the water. But so I was gonna say, so like the underground ocean, there's really like not a underground ocean that you can go find animals or fucking some big ass mermaids or creatures in.
There's just rocks.
Like, so have you ever seen A Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah,
You ever seen that movie?
I sure have. It's fucking ridiculous.
That's exactly, so that's where I was gonna go. So like, say we go down to our underground ocean that's not there, and we disturb like the Kraken, and the Kraken decides to come up and destroy the Earth. That's not gonna happen because it's not there. But that's kind of what happens in The Cabin in the Woods. So do you remember the movie?
That's what happens in the cabin in the woods?
So yes, dude, it's an absolutely ridiculous movie. If you've seen A Cabin in the Woods, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Dylan might not, 'cause he didn't remember.
Okay, what I remember from the movie was these kids go to a cabin and some weird shit starts happening, and then all of a sudden at the end, it's like they're in a different fucking universe. Some people, like, not people, weird shit comes out of nowhere and starts fucking with them, and it really confuses shit.
So what happens is, let me tell you the whole premise. This is a spoiler, so if you haven't seen the movie and are planning on watching it, fuck you, because you should have seen it by now. But
watch the movie because it's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. It's the weirdest movie I've ever seen.
well, as the movie's going along, you're like, oh, this has got a premise to it, and at the end of the movie, you're like, that makes no fucking sense.
At the end, exactly. At the end, it like throws the premise out the
It
window.
goes completely the other way. So these kids go and stay at this cabin. They're like going on a little vacation, and weird shit starts happening. And then they start getting picked off one by these random things. Like zombies come in and fucking kill them. There's these like demons sort of like fucking things that will come and kill a few of them here and there. But so the whole fucking idea of the movie is that the government is actually controlling what's happening at this cabin. So the government is releasing these things in to go and kill these kids. And
What?
dude, this is based on a true story. No, I'm just kidding. but so the government's releasing these things to go kill these kids, and what ends up happening is basically these kids dying as a sacrifice to some sort of underground entity that lives or is laying dormant below us. And towards the end of the movie, it pans out, and they've got like
All of the
a
things.
ton of
all
them
the,
going
like,
on.
creatures, the kind of things.
There's a ton of these cabins and shit going on at the same time. Like a bunch of these sacrifices, a bunch of these kids getting sacrificed. And it's all got to happen.
Imagine that happening to us at the lake. That'd be sick.
Oh my god, dude, that'd be the coolest thing in the world. But if we're fucking dying to save the world. So if all of these sacrifices at these cabins have got to go according to plan, well, they don't in this one that these kids are staying at. One of these kids figures it out, ends up crawling down this little chute that leads to where they're housing all of these demon entity little fucking monster things that are supposed to come kill him. And he fucks it up. He releases everything, screws it all up. And so at the very final scene of the movie, he's like sitting in this little sacrifice chamber, and he like pulls out a little doobie and starts smoking it. And so these underground entities have not been fed their sacrificial teenage blood, apparently, is what they need. And so the very last scene is this massive molten lava hand shooting up through the ground and just destroying this kid and everywhere he's at. Like it's the hand is the size of the room. So this thing goes up through the ground like they're getting ready to come out to the surface and destroy the world because they didn't get the sacrifices that they needed for that month. That's the whole movie. The premise of the movie is that you sacrifice these kids to keep the underground gods happy.
Is that something that's stated in the movie? Because I don't remember.
No. I mean, it's like, well, I don't know why I remember the movie so vividly, but that's what I got from it. And we might have to watch it here in a little clip here in a second just to see if that's legit, but I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
Something like that happens. There's a bunch of different things, and like I know what you're talking about when you say it pans out and like shows a bunch of shit, but I don't remember it enough to like. I just remember being super confused.
Yeah.
Being like, that's like, I think probably the one movie I've ever watched that I didn't understand at all.
They end up trying to escape at some point, and they go down this road, and I'm pretty sure like there's a force field that keeps them from being able to leave this area. Like their truck hits it or something, and they can't go any further. Dude, it's a ridiculous movie. In the beginning, you're like, oh, cool, this is going to be like Evil Dead. You ever seen Evil Dead?
I don't think so, no.
It's about like that movie's about like this, they go stay in this fucking cabin. There's this like,
a lot of movies.
I know, dude,
that.
cabins are creepy, bro. There's this like evil fucking
We should do it. Let's go
demonic, it's just a random ass cabin in the middle of the woods. Cabin in the woods. There's this evil chick that comes out, and she only comes like every so often, but she comes out and she kills all these people. And like eats their fucking faces off and shit. This was one of the scariest movies I remember watching growing up as a kid. It gave me nightmares. But she like eats all these people and like fucks them up, and then this one girl ends up killing her in the end, or like completing the ritual or something like that, and she goes away, and then it starts raining blood like at the cabin. This chick's like just standing in the middle. That's the final scene of that movie. All I remember is the final scenes of movies. She's like sitting here just like it's raining blood on her, and she's like, ah. But dude, cabin in the woods, underground oceans, we need to steer clear. Do not stay in a cabin in the woods. I repeat, not.
Or do, if you want to have an interesting time.
Oh, or do. Like, if you know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like, you can take down that motherfucking zombie. Like, the zombies in the movie are not that agile. Like, you can go through and just catch one with an elbow.
World War Z, dude.
Dude, Brad Pitt. That's a crazy movie.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Apparently, the kids that are sick already are good. You remember that? Remember that scene where there's like a little kid crouched down, he's got cancers, supposedly what looks like he's in a gown, head shaved, and they're running around him?
Yeah, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
They only go after healthy people. So I think in the end they infect everybody with some sort of disease is how they solve it, right?
Brad like flies to a like random like lab somewhere, and they figure it out.
Fuck you better not sneeze on this podcast.
I'm about to sneeze.
Better not fucking do it.
It's not. It's gone now.
Let's go.
It's gone now. But, yeah, they like fly because you remember there's like one scene. One of them dies. One of them gets like bit by a zombie as as they're trying to leave, or as they're like
trying to get up in the plane.
One of the two. Yeah.
Like,
but those zombies are fucked. If
those motherfuckers had a 4240, no doubt about it.
Yeah. If those zombies came, bullet in the head.
Dude, you gotta. There's no way. Like, they're like, they can open doors and shit. They'll just like listen for you.
At one point, they use each other to climb a wall.
They're like doing like a human fucking ladder, and just like jumping on top of one another.
It's like a human ladder, yeah.
To get into their little city that they made.
Yeah, fuck that. If that were to happen, I'm killing myself.
World War Z zombies is a different story, but Cabin in the Woods zombies,
I'd laugh at them.
You might have a chance, you know. Pull out the pump, give them with a little duh.
The thing is, though, they're already dead. How do you kill someone that's already dead?
That's true.
But like, Zombieland. What's some other zombie
Those are
shit?
good movies.
What's that big show? The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Those zombies, I think I'd laugh at them.
Yeah.
But World War Z zombies.
Have you ever seen Shaun of the Dead? It's like a comedy.
Shaun?
Yeah.
Okay, no.
It's like a comedy zombie
Have you ever
movie.
seen Dawn of the Dead?
No.
think that's an old zombie movie.
Is it good?
No, I'm thinking of something else.
Not
I'm thinking
good?
of I can't remember.
Don't know. Zombie movie. There's a lot of zombie movies,
There's a lot.
but I don't think zombies are actually that realistic.
There is a species of ant that we found.
Yeah, zombie
You
ants.
seen that?
Yeah.
There's also a thing I heard Rogan talking about it, where something that infects cats and can infect humans, and it's a parasite basically. But the way it infects cats is it gets into the heads of rats, and it's a parasite that gets in the rat's brain, and rats
You shit.
rats are naturally they steer clear of cat's pee because they know that smell
Gonna get fucked up.
exactly, but this parasite makes them attracted to it, so they go to it so that they can die, and then they affect the
And
cats.
the cat gets the parasite.
And then the cat can you pet the cat, and you're like, oh, look, kitty.
It's like, ah!
And the
Eat your fucking face.
The cat can infect the human.
Does that happen frequently?
I doubt it. But I just heard Rogan talking about it. I just thought it was interesting.
What the hell?
But that's what I mean. Everything Joe Rogan says, I trust.
It's religion to me. He's my God.
Joe Rogan is Jesus Christ.
in the flesh. I'm telling you, dude. No doubt about it.
But yeah, that when I heard that, I was like, yo, what the fuck, parasite? And there's some ants too that we found that I think do some crazy shit too. They're like zombie
Ants, right? Isn't that what they're called?
Maybe, I don't know.
We're gonna find out.
Look it up.
I'm gonna look
You
it
gotta
up.
type in zombie ants.
Zombie ants. Call me Jamie. Bro, look at the Orthocordyceps unilateralis.
That was nice. You did that nice.
Commonly
that would have
known
taken me like 30
as
seconds.
Zombie ant fungus is an insect pathogen fungus. Let's see if we can get something legit on here. We'll go to fucking Wikipedia because that's always legit.
Why do they tell you not to loot? I feel like Wikipedia is pretty legit, but they tell you not
I'm
to
pretty sure
use
you
it.
can edit. Pretty sure I can type in here. If I
No,
want.
you can't. No.
You're not logged in. You gotta log in.
No, you gotta be
Look, I start editing.
No, I'm telling you, it won't
I
let you.
can't.
See? Edit something. It won't let you. Oh, what? Okay, maybe you
Can I save it?
I doubt it.
Your IP address will be publicly visible if you make any edits.
Try it.
Well, then they're gonna fucking take my shit.
Just like type.
How do I save it?
Put penis at the very
Publish
top.
changes.
Okay, put penis at the very top so we'll know. No, it's at the bottom. What are you doing?
Well, I changed something already. I'm gonna switch it back real quick, and then
Okay.
I'll put penis at the front.
Commonly known as penis. Put that. Where's it?
Commonly known as
Commonly known as penis.
penis. What if like the FBI busts through the window?
That would be awesome if they did.
Publish.
Publish changes. You're not logged in.
An automated filter has identified this edit as potentially unconstructive, so that's been disallowed.
Potentially.
This may harm the credibility of the zombie ants. Alright, well, fuck that.
See, I don't think you can just edit it though. It just being like a random.
Yeah, I
random
guess it's
fucker.
gotta be like legit information. But anyway, these zombie ants, let's see if I can find anything decent about them. Infect ants. Makes them act differently. They leave their canopy nests and foraging trails for the forest floor, an area with a temperature and humidity suitable for fungal growth. They use their mandibles to attach themselves to a major vein on the underside of a leaf where the host remains after its eventual death.
So they bite a leaf.
That's what it says. The process leading to mortality takes 4 to 10 days and includes a reproductive stage where fruiting bodies grow from the ant's head, rupturing to release the fungus's spores. So this ant goes and attaches itself to the bottom of a leaf. This fungus grows in its head and blows its fucking head up. And these spores, I guess, explode into places. And whenever
That'd be
something
cool.
comes by and eats the leaf, I guess it goes into the
I hope we have a zombie apocalypse. That'd be one of the coolest ways. That'd be one of the coolest apocalypses that we could have.
Well, depending on what kind of zombies we had too. Like if they were like you became a zombie and they just immediately IQ points jumped up 40, but also like a ravaging desire to eat human flesh.
Like rabies?
That would suck. Rabies are tough. Does that make you want to eat human flesh?
Dude, rabies can kill you. You know that?
Oh yeah, that was in my CPR training.
People
had rabies.
People take rabies. Have you heard of that? It was on Blue Mountain State.
Like getting fucking high off them?
Dad took rabies. He
Before a game?
Injected himself with rabies. It's probably not.
Dude, that's a great show.
That's a TV show. So
That's a great show, dude.
I shouldn't say people take rabies.
People do that shit. Dylan had some rabies before the podcast.
But
That's fucking crazy. Well, now that you mention it, I feel like I have taken some rabies before. No, I'm just kidding.
You're saying everything I say should be taken with a grain of salt.
Everything with a grain of salt. Dylan, we're about 45 minutes in.
It doesn't feel like
Almost
it.
at 46 minutes. It really doesn't. I feel like we've had some pretty good conversation this episode. I'm wearing the hat, but it's backwards because it leaves a shadow on my face. But buy a hat.
You're also wearing the putting your money where your mouth
I'm wearing the putting your money where your mouth is shirt.
You can't see it.
Oh, you can't see it. I've got the shadow.
There you go. Putting your money where your mouth is.
This is not out for. If you want one, let me know and I'll get you one. I've got some of the Happy Days shirts coming. I got a print going with those.
Those look good.
soon.
Those look cool.
Blue, yellow, and
Orange.
yeah. Blue, yellow, and orange. I'm probably gonna get like medium and larges. I don't know though. I want to make a black one eventually. I got the Face Your Fears logo. We decided on that one, right? That looks pretty dope. I'm gonna show it in the video. I'm gonna put that on a shirt eventually. Would anybody buy that? Would you buy that?
That'll be the official Face Your Fears merchandise.
The official Face Your Fears merch. All this other stuff has been random bullshit, but this will be like the legit one. So like if you're a hardcore listener, you're gonna want this shirt.
Speaking of hardcore listeners, if you're still listening to this point,
yeah, honestly,
I fucking love you. Reach out to me.
Please.
Reach out to me somehow. Say like Pineapple or something. I'll
Just give your address and have them come by the house.
like kind of the behind the scenes of us fucking up.
Yeah, no doubt. If you watch, there is you can go listen to it's like probably like 20 seconds of deleted film there, because the GoPro shuts off whenever we get so long into it. Like it heats up so much.
This time it's just because I didn't have enough storage.
And then
on it.
cuts. Oh, okay. It's been doing pretty good, I guess. Then like we had
because
the
I-
56 minutes
It's
last
because I-
time.
It's because I changed it. It usually is recording on cinematic, and now it's on just like regular recording.
Oh, okay.
Because I knew there was a chance we'd go for a while.
Dude, at the beginning, I was like, we're not gonna go 30. Here we are, 48.
yeah. I thought there'd be a good chance of that.
Thanks for listening. 48 minutes of our blabbering bullshit.
I really want to know a way of if anyone is still listening at this point. 48 minutes.
You can DM me on Instagram. I post clips all the time. Let me know.
Message Sam, say Pineapple, I'll cash app you $5.
He'll cash app you $5 if you DM me Pineapple. I'm gonna DM myself Pineapple.
Dude, I just want to know. I just want to know if anybody's listening at 50 minutes. Because that's a long time to listen to our dumbasses fucking talk.
People listen all the way through. They must really want to know what we have to say.
I appreciate that.
I do appreciate it too. Thank you for listening. And I appreciate you coming back, because I know some of you are repeats. Some of you are new. If you're new here, welcome.
Go back and watch the other ones.
Go back and check out there's some good content in the other ones. We've gotten better as we came along. Like they get better as you go. We've gotten better with the conversation. We've gotten better with the topics. We've gotten better with the information.
Brett said in our group message, he said, I can tell after we did our podcast with Brett, he said, I can tell y'all are experienced podcasters.
Yeah.
He could tell. He said he could tell we were better at talking than he was on camera.
Off the whim, off the cuff.
Yeah, which I think is interesting.
Yeah.
And I said, that was another thing I said to Nathan whenever he texted me and said, "Hey, you're a dumbass," because about the last episode.
Shout out to Nathan.
I said, yeah, shout out Nathan. Nathan, text me if you're fucking listening right now.
I love you, Nathan.
He said something. I said stupid, and I said, Nathan, I've said all kinds of stupid shit. I probably talked for 10 to 20 hours on the podcast. Like I probably said a multitude of stupid shit.
Oh, for sure.
So that's cool. That's interesting to think about. I should go back and watch all of them and listen to all the stupid shit I've said.
We're gonna go back and listen to these one day and we're gonna be like, God damn, we were stupid as fuck.
I can't wait for that moment. I'm ready.
40 years from now, dude, when I'm laying on my deathbed at 50, we're gonna be playing these as I go to sleep and die. I want this shit played at my funeral.
Which episode?
The best one.
Which one though?
Shit, I don't fucking know. This one. Episode 88. Thanks for listening. Be at my funeral. And we'll see you fucking next week. Next week we're gonna have a lake pod. We're going to the lake next weekend.
We'll be at the lake.
The episode will be from the lake.
Probably with Brett.
It'll be with Brett.
Jacob.
Hopefully Jacob, if he's not a pussy,
Maybe
wants to be
Dan.
in it. And if Dan comes,
Shout out Dan.
he'll be there.
Shout
Shout out
out
to
Dan.
fucking
Shout
Dan,
out
bro. Dan, I know you listen. I love you, dude. I love you all. We'll fucking see you later.
Peace out.